Hello everyone, welcome to the another video of the Apex Trigger series. Okay, so this time our trigger use case is that we need to write a trigger to prevent the deletion of our account record if there is a related contact. So we need to prevent a deletion of account record if there is one or many records are related to an account. Okay. So the use case is already saying itself that we need to write our trigger on before delete event, right? Because if we will go for after delete, then it means account is already deleted and we are doing some operations after deletion of account record. That we have no need to do here. We need to show some error to user that you cannot delete this record because there is some related contact. Okay, so we need to write a trigger on before delete event on account object. Okay, because we are doing DML operation on account object. So let's start writing the trigger. Apex trigger prevent account deletion and account submit. Here the event is before delete. Save it. Here we can check this condition. Trigger dot is before and trigger dot is delete. Okay, so here in this example I will show you two or three type of code for the same scenario. Okay, then we will discuss about that which one is the good code and which one is having some limitations. Okay, so let me create a handler for that. Account deletion handler. Let me create a method prevent ACC deletion. So here this is one method that will have our first code type of code and the second method and third method. Prevent account deletion 2, prevent account deletion 3. And here you passed two things. First we will pass trigger dot old means list of account record. Okay, trigger dot old list. Okay, and then we need to pass here map of id comma account if we want to use the old map. Okay, old map old acc map. So we will write three type of code for this scenario and then we will see which one is good, which one is not good. Okay, prevent 2, prevent 3. So first we will use this first one. So let's copy and use that one and pass some custom context variable from there. Dot first one. Then here we will pass trigger dot old and here we will pass trigger dot old map. Okay. So in our first one, what we will do, we will fetch the list of contacts related with that account con list and we will use trigger dot old map dot key set here. Okay, select account id from contact where account id in old map old acc map dot key set. Okay, then in this list we have all the account IDs, right? Although we have all the account IDs in this one also, but I'm just trying to write the code for that. Okay, it should be contact. Then we will make a set of ID which will capture the account ID for that. ACC ID is new set of ID. Okay, then we will loop through all the contact C con list. Then we will fill our map. Sorry, we will fill our account ID set with the account ID that we fetch. Okay, C dot ACC account ID. So all the account IDs which are having related contact will be in this set, right? Then we will again loop through the account records which we have in our trigger dot old list. Sorry, old map list, or we can say old ACC list. Old ACC list. Okay, dot add. I forgot that method. So here what we need to do, we need to check whether this ID exists in this account ID set or not. Okay, so if ACC IDs dot contains ACC dot ID, then what we will do, ACC dot add error. You cannot delete this account because it has related contacts. I will try to delete this. First, let's see is there any contact or not. Let me create a related contact test contact. Okay. Then we will try to delete this. Delete, delete. Okay. So you cannot delete this account because it has related contacts. So our code is working. Let me call prevent account deletion method 2 here. Deletion 2. Okay. In the second method, we will try to reduce this one. Okay. So here what we will do, we will combine this line and we will use this query directly here in for loop. We will make inline query. Okay. So what we will do, that is okay. We just need to change the name here. Okay. So what I will do, I will directly query this in for loop. Okay, remove this list of contact. One line reduced. We are similarly making a set of account IDs and Okay, let's check. Now we are calling. Now in account trigger, we are calling method 2, right? So let's see it is working or not. Delete. It has one contact. Delete. It is also working the same. You cannot delete this account because it has related contacts. Okay. So now if you want, instead of running the loop of on account record, okay, on account list, you can loop through the set of account ID also, like this. We have a set of account ID, right? So ID, okay, not like this, ID, I, and ACC IDs, okay. Then what we can do, trigger.old map is already having those IDs, right? So old map, old ACC map dot get I dot add error. You cannot delete this account because it has related contacts. Okay, now if I will comment this part, now let's see it is working or not. Still we are calling the method 2, right? But if let me remove this, it has one contact, try to delete it. Still we are getting the same error, right? So it means that code is also working. So now in the third method, what we will do? So in the third method, we will query from the account object. Okay. So what here we will do? We will create a map ID comma. Let me just ID comma account ACC map equals new map ID comma account. We will make query here. Select ID comma. We will fetch the child contacts ID from contacts from account where ID in old ACC map dot keyset. Okay. So after we got our list map, then what we can do, we can loop through the account old list, means count ACC old ACC list, ACC list. Then here we can check ACC map if ACC map dot get ACC dot ID dot contacts dot size greater than 0. What we need to do, ACC dot add error, You cannot delete this account because it has related contacts. Okay, what's the error here? Okay, so like this also you can use. Now let's see it is working. Call it. Let's see it is working or not. So it is working. That third method is also working, right? Okay. But the limitation is here if an account is having more than 200 contacts, okay, then it will throw a query exception. So this is the limitation for this inner query. Okay, when we are fetching the childs like this and it has more than 200 childs, then it will throw an error. So this is not a best practice. Okay. So now let's see. Let me modify this one. And what we can do, we can directly use, or we can use just another method. Prevent for. Let me remove all these things. So in fourth method, we will loop through the account record and we will make a inline query but on account, but this time we will not fetch the contact records. So here select ID from account where ID in select account from ID, sorry, select account from contact and ID in trigger dot old map dot key set means old ACC map dot key set. Okay, then what we will do, trigger dot old map, not old map, old ACC map dot get ACC dot ID dot add error and your message. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are just making a query on account. We are not fetching the related contacts here, but in the selection criteria we are using like this. Okay, where select account ID from contact and ID in key set. So if it is in key set, then we are just fetching and we are just adding. So let me call this fourth method here and then let's see it is working or not. Counts home, try to delete it. You see, you can delete this account, you cannot delete this account because it has related contacts. Okay, I need to update the message here. You cannot delete this account. Okay, so here you can see that you have multiple kind of ways to do one thing. So in our first method, we were querying the contact which are having the account IDs, okay, which where account ID in old map dot key set. Then what we were doing, we were just fetching the account IDs in a set. Then we were just checking in the account record in trigger dot old list if that ID contains in this CCC IDs, then we were just showing this message. In the second method, we combine this line number 3 into the for loop. We were using the inline query and we were doing the same thing. And instead of running a loop on account list, we were just using account ID, account ID set. Okay. And if that ID exists in old map, so we were just showing the error. In the third method, we were using the child parent to child query. We were fetching the child contacts of account. Okay. And we were just checking that whether on this ID, if contact list is having size greater than 0, it means we need to show the error for that account. But the limitation is if you have more than 200 child records, then it will give you a query exception. Okay. In the fourth method, what we have done, we were just querying the account, but in the selection criteria, we were using only those contact which are having account ID, and the account ID is in old map dot key set. If it is present in old map dot key set, okay, then we were just showing the error. So this is how you can use the logic according to your requirement. Whether, see, here we are using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines, and here we are just using 1, 2, 3 lines, right? So it's up to you. I hope you guys like this video. Thank you so much. We will meet you in next video.